Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This is your KocoSports Pro Wrestling Noah's The First Navigation 2017 Tag 3 / 9th of January 2017 review. I'm your host, LK from KocoSports.net, working harder than a Pensacola stripper right here, right now on the channel. Again, live comments, internet infantry, for listening live, please put in comments. You give the show a win. Do you give the show a loss? Do you give the show a tie? What were your thoughts, comments, and queries about the show? And if you're interested in actually watching this show for free, please hit me up on Twitter. I'm at LK Wrestling, and I can send you a link so you can watch it, or you can obviously pay for it. I have no idea how you pay for it, but I watched it due to a Pirates Live for me. And if you're interested in supporting Pro Wrestling Noah and watching them, hit me up on Twitter at LK Wrestling. I'll follow you back and I can get you your deal. So, Pro Wrestling Noah, first time watching this company with New Japan Pro Wrestling. I was just became such a fan of the Japanese style at Wrestle Kingdom 11. I've followed New Japan closely for the past 3 years. I'm thinking to myself, I absolutely adore New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I want to expand on this. And I've always said that this will be the channel where there will be reviews from Japan, Mexico, UK, America, your mainstream weekly shows. Like, I want this channel to be the home of pro wrestling reviews, and that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to continue here with a Pro Wrestling No review. So this week alone, you got a Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Lucha Underground, TNA, WWE UK, and now a Pro Wrestling Noah. And then also you had Full Impact Pro on Sunday. So lots to talk about today on the program, but live comments I'll be answering at the end of the show. Remember that, and let's not get disgraceful like last show. With that being said, we're from Korakuen Hall on the 9th of January 2017. I love the new theme of Pro Wrestling Noah. It's called Noah the Reborn, and it's really nice. We start off our opening contest: Hitoshi Kumano versus Ikitashi Saito. And I'm pleased there's no 6, 8, 10, 12-man tags here. It's just completely different from New Japan, because New Japan normally, the first, 4 matches before intermission, it's always your tags with your legends in. And then it's nice to see that they've changed this up, maybe because they don't have enough wrestlers to fill that. But either way, I'm a big fan of it. Saito, ladies and gentlemen, guess how old he is right now in your mind? He's 51 years old. And this match starts off with some real stiff strikes, no tie-up, just boom straight in there. Saito, the 51-year-old, with a pile driver on the floor. And during this opener, the attendance. Okay, now you guys know, if you follow New Japan Pro Wrestling, that the attendance in the Korakuen Hall is normally very good and it's always packed. I would say this is a third of that. And it's the same building. There's so many empty chairs. Normally with the hard camera, it shows a really long set of stairs going up. Here, they don't show that because there's pretty much no one there. They show the smaller side, which means, the hard camera's on a different side and there's no one there. And it just looks bad. But, I know they are now under new ownership. It's Reborn, so let's just give him time to get stable. Saito, heavy breathing. I'm literally praying he doesn't have a heart attack live on air. I'm literally I'm thinking, oh, please don't have a heart attack. Kumano with a really nice bridge fisherman suplex for 2. Saito hits 3 really nice choke slams for 2, some good near falls. He then hits a choke slam. Instead of using the choke, he actually grabs him by the face like that, lifts him up and slams him down. It was really, really awesome spot. I've never seen that before. He then hits a dirty 51-year-old lariat and an enziguri to the back of the head to get the win. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And when I saw these guys come out, my expectations were so low, ladies and gentlemen. My expectations were miniature. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to get, maybe a quarter of a star match because they're just so damn old. But I tell you what, they can damn go. I can tell you that right now. They can damn go. It's like slowly undress myself, just so damn hot now. Because when I came out here, it was like fucking no degrees. So I just want to make sure I'm cool. But damn to God, it's hot now. And then we move on to our next match. We have HI69 versus Taji Ishimori. Ishimori, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the fastest pro wrestlers I've ever seen. The way he runs around that ring is absolutely phenomenal. Just if you're a fan of the fast-paced style of pro wrestling, if you're a fan of Lucha Libre, he doesn't do Lucha Libre. But if you're just a fan of really quick wrestling, I recommend you guys to type into your Google machines Ishimori. I think you'll be absolutely delighted, magnificent, with what you came across. A great change of pace, because obviously there was the 51-year-old Saito in the opening match to go to 2 really good high flyers here. Well, they weren't high flyers, they were just smaller, quicker guys. Now, that's my favorite pace. Every now and then I like the pacing where it's very slow, methodical, like an Okada match, or you get a Tanahashi match, which is paced. But here it's just, they're quick, but they're not spot monkeys. Not the addiction. It's not spot monkeys. And that's what I really, really do like. High, working the left leg, applying a figure four on the ring post. Ishimori then goes for a handspring, Inzaguri, bit of mid-air, high 6'9", counters into a knee bar in a beautiful transition. And I love the psychology of Japanese wrestling. It's always working a body part, and I love it. Ishimori hits a leaping code breaker off the second rope, still selling the leg very well. High 6'9" hits a dirty shining wizard. Ishimori Hurricane off the top. They exchange some variations of roll-ups. Still Ishimori does a crucifix to get the win. Still sold the leg after the match. Big fan of Ishimori, and I just recommend you guys to please go out of your way and check out Ishimori because of just his pace. Like, there's nothing wrong with HI69, there really wasn't, but the pacing of Ishimori here was just top notch. A 3-star match here. Really enjoyed this. I really did. And then we move on. We have Hajime Ohara versus Muhammad Yone. I apologize if I slaughtered those names. Ohara is your GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion. He won this 2 nights prior at the 7th of January First Navigation Tour show. This is a non-title match. Yone is kind of like a No Way Jose, but you know, he looks like he's stuck in the 80s. He really looks like he's stuck in the 80s with, you know, the way he dances. And it's a slow pace, opening 5 to 10 minutes. It was really strange considering, you know, there was a junior champion involved. I was expecting not a spot fest, but I was expecting just a lot quicker action than what we got. Yane, just a really shit seller. I'm not selling for you, not selling for you, just not selling at all. It's really bad. He doesn't sell, he just bumps. Like, there's no mannerisms, there's nothing there. It's like he's just a vessel, and he just bumps and he just does his job. It was really strange. Ohara applies a Boston Crab with the arm trap, which looked really disgraceful and dodgy until Yane gets the ropes. They exchange some slaps and some forearms. Ohara from the top rope basically into a crucifix after 3 rolls. It was like literally roll, crucifix, which was so fucking awesome. And Yone got the win with the muscle buster. If this was WWE, Yane now gets a championship match. You know, Noah is a bit different, and the match was okay. It picked up nicely towards the end. It was just very slow start, which may have helped. I'm going to give it 2.25. I've got here. You know, nothing really bad there. And then we move on to Daisuke Harada versus Masa Kitamiya. Kitamiya stole, if you take your minds back to the early 90s from WWF, you remember the Orient Express tag team, WrestleMania 6 versus the Rockers, and Mr. Fuji, the manager, when he threw them, that's just absolutely brilliant. Anyway, he stole the Orient Express's gear, and it's really good. Harada's selling the leg the whole match. Harada with a Death Valley driver for 2, and I love how he limps over to the cover. Little things, I'm such a psychology mark. I love when a body part is worked over and was sold properly. That's what I love. And the crowd are really behind him as well, which helps. Harada hits a hip toss into a knee to the head, which was just gorgeous. They exchange some forearms, some great facials of just, I don't know the story here, but I can feel the story here of just pure hatred when these guys are striking each other. Just pure hatred. It's absolutely damn magnificent. You know, it's just, you know, they're getting harder and just sitting and just twisting the injured leg as he's slapping him. So he's actually twisting and he's getting up and slapping. Really good stuff, you know. And then the match ends when Kitamiya basically just twists again. He just twists the leg even more, just starts slapping him until Harada taps. Great psychology. Not only was, you know, normally in American wrestling or UK wrestling, so I'll take a bash at my own country's wrestling, when there's psychology, like they're like, okay, say for example, if this was in America or UK, it'll be let's work that leg during the heel heat. Why? Because it looks like I'm implying psychology into my match, when most of the time the finish has nothing to do with the psychology. What that means is, for example, say I'm The Undertaker, okay, my finishing move is the Tombstone Pile Driver. I should be working the neck, aka punches, headlocks, chin-locks. So Taker does that. Here, his finisher is the knee bar. He works the leg, and he did. Okay, and he won and it protects Kitamiya. The reason why because the reason Harada tapped out was because of the pain he's already been put in through the whole entire match. 3 stars, absolutely brilliant. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And then we move on. Again, remember to put live comments in. I'll get to live comments once I finish breaking down the show, and I'll read them all as long as they're PG. Well, not PG, sorry, as long as they're not disgraceful like the UK Championship Tournament one. That was pretty embarrassing. Kaito Kiyomiya versus Takashi Sugiura. Kaio is 20, Sugiura is 46. Now I say that, okay, but Sugiura is in insane shape. You know, facially, he looks 46. Body-wise, he looks like the 20-year-old. And I love the story. Like, I never watched this, but you can just tell the story of the veteran in Sugiura and the rookie of Kiyomiya. And it started off with just the veteran overpowering, and then he just tapped him on the head like a heel. Really, 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 really like it. It made Kiyomiya snap and just hit some forearms. And obviously the veteran slowing the pace down, just his smart storytelling. Sugiura hits a delayed superplex. Kiyomiya hits a really, really high angle German suplex for 2. Sugiura hits a very nice German with the hands nearly at the neck. So, normally they're there. It was really high up there. It was really, really dangerous spot. Sugiura applies a guillotine, and Kiyomiya passes out. He protected Kiyomiya because, he only passed out due to the fact that he passed out. That's why he lost. He got passed out. He didn't tap. And then post-match, listen to this. Okay, Sugiura wakes Kiyomiya up. Do you know how he does it? Slapping him as hard as he can 3 times in the face. Great selling. He literally just like, oh, I just woke up. The selling on this show from top to bottom was beautiful. Absolutely brilliant. Great psychology. And then there was a handshake and a hug. Teacher versus student done well. 3 stars again. Really good. And then we move on to what else have we got here? We got 3 matches left to cover before we get to. I'll get some live comments now just to check. Okay, I just want to make sure and check that the Instant Infantry chat is as good as what it normally is. Because I'm going to be honest, it was normally we have some incredible live listeners. Oh, dude, hey, good. Oh my good grief, yours in don't know. Oh my god, you're 19 and have beer bottles behind you and watching you from the age drinking. I'm 20 years old, I'm not 19. 20 years old, and this is an office. My side, my dad's side. This guy's talking about psycho. Dude, I'm sorry, I'm not going to live comments tonight. I apologize. I'm going to have to get someone to moderate that as I continue breaking this show down. Dude, you're making fun of me for not pronouncing Japanese names. Why don't you go do a show? Okay, you go do a show and tell me this is easy. Okay, I'm trying to give my internet infantry, who are the law listeners of the show, and post respectable live comments. And you know what? They're going to wake up in their subscription boxes, and they're going to see this, and they're going to be like, you know what? I haven't watched Pro Wrestling Now. And then they find the show and watch it. That's me helping Pro Wrestling Now. I'm awful at names. That's my gimmick. I bash names. I slaughter names. I slaughter English people's names. Okay, I'm talking about psychology because wrestling is a sport and an art, and I'm reviewing this show. Okay, I'm analyzing the show, and I love the psychology. If you're just going to get a live comments for bash, I'll just shut them off. Unbelievable. Jesus Christ. Especially Kotiji versus Go Shiozaki, who's one half of the GHC Tag Team Champions. Match starts off with some really nice counter wrestling with strikes. Getting a standing ovation was really good. Shiozaki hits a DDT on the floor. Good back and forth striking, holds, nothing noteworthy, just really nothing bad. And if you're a fan of just like the Omega and Okada, imagine the mid 20 minutes. It was a very methodical pace, very slow, but they set up the table spot very well. It was kind of like that. And Coach J hits a tope con heel to the floor, a dirty headbutt and hurricane off the top for 2. And then Coach J hits a dirty running kick to the head. They exchange some slaps, chops, and headbutts. And Shiozaki is bleeding fucking ridiculously from the head. Shiri hits a deadlift suplex into an amazing GTS, and then a lariato from Shiozaki to get the win. Good length, 15 minutes. The pace was slow, and then became really good towards the end. So 3.25 stars from yours truly. And then we go my back Taniguchi versus Naomichi Marafuji. You guys may know Marafuji from New Japan Pro Wrestling's King of Pro Wrestling, which I reviewed about a few months ago, where he had a 4.5 to 5-star match with Okada for the IWGP Championship. The match starts off with some intense stare down, then they exchange some stiff strikes. Taniguchi's chest is pissing blood after the first chops. Pissing blood. There is no one who chops harder than Marafuji. I guarantee you that. Taniguchi hits a pop-up spine buster plus a chokeslam for 2. Marafuji hits, this was scary, okay? So it's a bicycle knee to the head. And the match ended. The doctors checked on him. His eyes were all glazed. Either, again, some great selling here, or he was protecting the champion, because obviously Taniguchi is one half of the GHC tag champs. So they were either protecting the champs, or he was great selling, or he's injured. You know, the young boys carry him on their back to the locker room, which I thought was funny. So it's kind of hard to judge because just as it got going, it stopped. And I pray to God he's all right. Then our main event, we have Kanua versus Katsuki Nakajima. He's obviously the GHC World Champion. This is a non-title match. You may know Nakajima from the G1 Climax from last year. Really great MMA style feel for the opening few minutes here. Just kicks and counters. Both have so many kick variations, and they look so stiff. All match, these kicks are just continuously coming. And if it was a real fight, that's how I'd feel. And I talked about this on the WUK tournament review, how, you know, they're not believable in their pre-match promos. These guys were believable in their kicks. It looked like they wanted to kick the shit out of the other guy. And Kanoa hits one of the filthiest kicks to the head I've ever seen. Both men are down. Nakajima hits 3 super kicks for 2, a full Nelson slam, and a brainbuster to get the win. The last 7 to 8 minutes were just unbelievable. Just kicks and stiff strikes. I'm going to give that 3 stars. So for the show, you had, what, 3 stars, about 4, 2 stars, 2.5 stars. So definitely recommend you guys to check the show out. And I'm going to get some live comments to see if there is any live comments that are actually worth reading, because I always believe in that if the internet ever take the time to watch, I can take the time to read their comments live on the show. I hope we don't have any imbecilic nimrods as we normally have done for the past few shows. So what have we got here? Let's have a look. Seth is my spark. Crotchy puts hi. Old Man Davey, rip stream. Norman Smiley, wiggle dance for me. Dude, what's up with these things? Randy Savage, I'm deader than this stream. Dig it. Old Man Davey, spot monkeys, bro. You don't know a wrist lock from a wristwatch. Alexa Bliss guy, I miss my wife so much. Old Man Davey, do you like Sean's views? You suck as Jap names. Dude, I'm English. It's my first time covering pro wrestling Noah because I try to give a different variation instead of just coming here and do what everyone else does. It's just W content. I like to give a variation. Do you like Tyler Black? Yes, I do. I'm a big fan of Tyler Black, and that's Seth Rollins for people who he's just trying to sound smart. This show was pretty good. Good. Tyler Black's streams are so much better and more informative than this. Go watch Tyler Black's streams then. Talk about Sasha Banks. That's from ND Nitro. I don't know if this is a joke or not. Talk about, I'll give it just because it's a decent comment. I like Sasha Banks. I enjoyed her program with Charlotte. They flip-flopped the title too much, but I hope she still gets a Mania spot. And I'm kind of interested to see if they do 4-way at the Rumble, if they're going to do Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. Deacon Do Dirt says delete. Wrestle Talk Pod Wife says I love wrestling. Old Man Davey says, hey guys, do you like Monday Night War tonight? Talk to chat. Yeah, Davey, it was pretty good. Roman Reigns is so good. Pretty good, dig it. You obviously don't know wrestling if you're not talking about Roman Reigns. I love a good facial. You can feel the great facials. That's disgusting, bro. Roman Reigns should win the UK Championship. You Brits can't wrestle. You're a bunch of faggots. Believe that. You're 19 and have beer bottles behind you. I'm reporting you for underage drinking. Dude, I'm 20 years old. These aren't beer bottles. They're empty wine glasses. This is an office. That's my dad's side. This is my side. Where did you get that queer wallpaper? Well, how about this? Okay, this isn't queer. This is called insulation. Okay, this is an office built as an extension to my house. Okay, so that I can podcast at night at 3:32 a.m. and I won't wake anyone up. Okay, so this is called insulation to keep me warm, so I don't have to come in here with 7 layers because it's minus fucking degrees outside. Did you watch? Oh god, your room gives me epilepsy. Don't watch. Roman Reigns is the king of the wrestling. Good for you. I got 29 hoes in 29 area codes. Cool, go do them. Old Man Davey, why'd you have an empty pickle jar in your room, bro? This isn't an empty pickle jar. That isn't pickle. That's coffee. Jesus, what? Ole Samuel A, read nothing. Ole Samuel A, you know what? You're always here watching my content, and I'm a big fan of Ole Samuel A because he says it like he is. He says, read nothing from these comments, and that's brilliant. I appreciate that. Old Man Davey said, you should read everything since you love psychology so much. And the thing is, I'm doing this now for a bit of fun because it's 3:33 a.m. and I need to make myself chuckle. But next time this happens, I'm just going to get a moderator on. I'll get Samuel Boone to just moderate, and then these guys can get reported. I'd wish this guy would kill himself live on stream. A screenshot that and report you. That's all good. Warm load, yeah. Talking about facials, yeah. Come on my face, dig it. Oh, dude, this isn't your best, isn't good. I am Will Wrestling Genius. You know nothing, and I see you buying Skylar Fat. You asshole. How about this? Deleted. Roman Reigns as God. Oh god, this is a simple way of dealing with it. Boom. Well, Roman Reigns has better psychology and facial than anyone in Noah. I'm going to G1 climax all over your chin. That was quite funny. You're saying this is hard, but you're just reading. Dude, I'm taking the notes. Jesus Christ. Koco, I love you. I'm not Koco. How about that? How did you... Oh, dude, you are disgusting. Unbelievable. Shame on you. Unbelievable. I've had enough of this. I'm going off air. I want to thank everyone for the live comments. Olay, Samuel Lay. I apologize you had to be in there with imbeciles. I have no idea why these bunch of bumbling band of baboons are there. If it keeps happening, I guess I can just deactivate the live comments, and then anyone who wants to reach out for me can do that on Twitter, and that's at LK Wrestling. So if you imbeciles want to reach to me, thank you for giving me viewership. Thank you for watching. You spend the whole of your evening, your Saturday evening, watching me, and I appreciate that. And I hope you had a great time. You know, you're just say you're in America right now. It could be about 10 o'clock. You know, instead of going out and partying or doing something productive, you're in a group chat making jokes about racism and climaxing and chill. Dude, you guys are just sick, right? But there you are. You got your little moments of fame. You had your little moments of fame. So now you can all scruddle on and, you know, go fuck yourselves, okay? So everyone, Internet Infantry, I'm not talking to you. You guys know who you are. We've got Ewok from Endor, who's always legendary in the Internet Infantry chat. You've got Andy Paps, you know, Olay Samuel Lay, Ricardo Edwards. We have some great Internet Infantry members, and some of you just let you down. Oh, well. There you are. That's your no review. Post live. This must sound pretty funny, but the live comments were disgraceful, and I just hope this changes. But with that being said, I want to thank you for still watching me. If you're watching post live, stay safe, stay well. From this epileptic office, I'll be catching your asses down the line.